Hey, welcome back to another podcast from yours truly, Dan Brzezowski in the No Comfort Zone. Today's all about the motivational meme on a Monday. I'll see you on the inside.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
All right, so here's where we're at today. What I'm trying to do is this. It's currently Sunday, but what I'm trying to do is get this podcast released so that you can hear it Monday. So on your way to work, hopefully you're doing something in the morning productive, and hopefully you're on your way to work or working out or whatever it is you're going to do, no matter what time of the day you start. Hopefully you'll be able to upload this or download this, however it goes, so you'll actually have an experience to have Monday morning. So today's Monday morning motivational meme that I caught up on Facebook, easy for me to say, and I'll keep trying to do this as more content, but something brought to my attention. It's let me see if I can find it again here. It actually says, sometimes you forget you're awesome, so this is your reminder. And now how simple is that? How realistically, I talk a lot about adversity and things like that, but it's so easy to realize all the screw-ups that you've made in your life. And if you're a guy like me or a gal like me and you have this, I want to be here in my life and I'm not there, and I really want to push further, and I just potential, and everybody's killing it and crushing it, and I'm so far behind. Well, you got to realize something too. All your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your decisions, your choices, everything led to this moment where you're at right now listening to this podcast. So the good news is that you're in control of where you're going. But maybe a little bit of gratitude you can put into place to realize just how awesome you are. You have friends, whether you know it or not. You have people that believe in you, whether you know it or not. Shit, I believe in you, and I don't even know you. Because I believe in the human spirit, and I also believe that the trials and tribulations that you faced in your life all have brought you up to this point in your life for you to do something with that information. And my friends, that's what I'm telling you is where the No Comfort Zone is. That's where it is. I've experienced life to its fullest. I've had joys. I've had adversity. I've had sadness. I've had loss. I've had gains. I've had all these wonderful things in my life, and I look back on my life. You could be 20, 30, 40, or like me, 50 years old, and look back and go, man, I've been through a lot. If I had a dollar for every person that said I should write a book, boy, I would be a millionaire. Well, guess what? I'm trying to write a book, or I'm writing a book or written a book, and now I'm going to try to get it published, and just to see where that's going to take me. And my hope is to help you in your journey. But you have to realize something. Have some gratitude for where you're currently at, however shitty it might be, however down you might be on yourself. You've got an opportunity, and you're able to take a breath. So just don't forget on this Monday, with this motivational speech that I'm giving you from a meme that I saw on Facebook, I really want you to understand how awesome you are. I could go back in my life and I could share with you and be transparent about all the screw-ups that I've made. You know, you can't become addicted to a drug unless you take that drug. You can't become an alcoholic and have the consequences of alcoholism without actually taking a drink. But you have to know that alcoholism is a way of thinking. And the alcohol is mere a symptom of that thinking. So it just becomes very interesting. Now you apply those principles into success. Success is a way of thinking, and so is failure. They say, I just saw it on TV, I think somewhere, Many Saints of Newark. It's the Sopranos prequel. I just saw something, and there's a scene in the movie. I'm not giving anything away, but there's a scene in this movie where he said, the reason why you're unhappy or whatever in your life is that because you want. And I thought that was great. And that was a guy in prison, been there a long time for whatever he did. And now he's telling a visitor that the reason why you're unhappy and you're out and about and you're in this place is because you want. You want something and you don't have it, and that's what makes you unhappy. So look at it this way. Have a sense of gratitude. Your personal reality tells you right now that you're able to take a fresher breath of air. You're able to be in a spot that literally will give you opportunity for another situation in your life. You're at this point in your life right now where every thought, feeling, decisions, choice, everything is going to impact tomorrow. So why not start it with a sense of gratitude, because you are absolutely awesome. If you were to write down on a sheet of paper and take the No Comfort Zone blueprint and you go through the first stage that I talk to people on the phone, and if you're interested and you want to do this one-on-one, we can do that. Go to the nocomfortzone.com. I have a calendar there. Pick a time on the calendar, and if it's an appropriate time, I will reach out and call you at that time. The earlier, the better. The more outside of your comfort zone, the better. And what we do is we're going to go over the 3 things that are holding you back and the 3 things that you want, and we're going to talk about potential. Because what could you really do with your life if you had the mindset, if I knew I just wouldn't fail, as Tony Robbins said, what would I do with my life? I'm thinking, here's a guy that not too long ago, if I look in my rear view and I go back to that time alone, I thought I was friendless. I thought I wasn't worthy. I thought I wasn't worthwhile. But the truth and the reality and the whole situation that I was in, it was all in my head. What I really needed to do is go to work on me. And that's over time where I came up with the blueprint. What's a systematic way that I can identify my wins in my life? I could look at the adversity and look at that as a triumph over the opportunity that I made it through it. Now I got to take that information that I learned and I got to push it forward, and I got to figure out, how does that play into my life when I'm going towards a relationship, when I'm going towards my finances, when I'm going towards my health and spirituality? How does it go for how I look at myself? What's my new level of awareness? So many people out there in this space are talking about, accomplishment and success, and it starts with your mindset. It's just before your mindset, just before it's getting primed up. It's that no comfort zone. I have a choice to think about this or think about that. If I have desire to be the person that I know I could be, and I have determination where I'm not going to quit until I get there, and then I put a little belief in there, and then I take some activities, and now I have faith, I'm going to accomplish my goals. And that's what the no comfort zone's all about. Starting you in point A, getting you to point B, but realizing you got to have the desire and that willingness to really push forward. Once you have that desire, the determination, I'm not going to quit until I get there. The belief that, this is true. This is the right thing for me. Based on my situational things that have happened in my life, I'm in the right place, and it's okay to want this. It's okay to work towards it. And the purpose is in working towards it. And the more that you work towards something, you apply the principles of the no comfort zone, you have disciplines in place, you use the entire blueprint, what you're going to find is that faith is going to appear. And that faith is that belief based on the work you're doing that it's going to happen. It's going to become a reality, but you got to have determination, and it all starts with desire. I'll share this with you. I heard this from a preacher a long time ago, a woman preacher. I was tying my shoes, I was getting ready for work, and I just had it on in the background. It's not that I subscribe to this person's theories, but for whatever reason, I just came out of a really bad place in my life, and now I was working back. I was broker than broke. This was the time in my life when I was trying to figure out, okay, the clothes were donated to me. This is a no kidding story. It's 2009. The son is in the NICU. Max is in really bad shape, and he just got out of really bad shape. I brought him home with me. He's still in bad shape, but he's able to get out of the NICU. 10 weeks in the NICU because he was so tiny and lungs didn't develop. He's just in really bad shape. He was not well. He's doing great now, 12 years later, man. That kid's rocking it. But at the time, I'm tying my shoes and I realize I got to take care of my son, and it's tough. It is tough because I had no money. Nobody at the place that I worked at knew how broke I was, and here I am. I'm doing the burrito thing. I could buy, bear with me, if I bought $10 worth of burritos, I think that would last me a week. And that was one burrito in the morning or half a burrito in the morning. Yeah, it was 10 burritos. And I could eat the other half at night because I had to buy formula and diapers for my son and take care of him. Bad, hard time. But I'll never forget it. And then I realized something when I was tying my shoes, of which were donated to me from a church so that I can get a job and go back to work. Talk about fun, man. Talk about an interesting point of view. Talk about you're having to be given stuff, worthwhile, not worthy, not feeling good. But you know what? I just had to put one foot in front of the next. I had to keep going. This is that time period when I splurged and I ended up buying 2 shirts for $10, $5 each. It was a buy one, get one. And I bought a Coca-Cola shirt and an Orange Crush shirt. And the funny thing is those are very big symbols for me today, those 2 shirts, because that was the start of it. That was the first thing that I bought to get me out of my rut. And it was 2 t-shirts because I needed them. Funny thing is, though, as I'm listening to this preacher talk, she had said, remember this. Remember that with faith, you could move mountains. And she said that from the good book as she's talking to her audience, as I'm listening to it, tying my shoes, getting ready to go to work, living in subsidized housing, a bunch of drug dealers and people. One of the biggest drug busts in Rockford, Illinois was right across the street. I was driving into work one day, and in that neighborhood, there was a bunch of SWAT people getting ready to get up. And here I am going to work at a car dealership, and I have to see that on the way in. And there, my son and the mother are living in the house. And I'm just, Jesus, how did I get myself in here? How did I get myself to this point? And I realized because of not having the necessary faith. Because with faith, she said, she finished it up. And this is so true. With faith, you can move mountains. And I believe that as long as you bring a shovel. And that was so important to me. So you have to look at yourself and how awesome you are on this motivational meme Monday, that if you're willing to work and you have a shovel and you're using that shovel, whatever that work is for you, and if you go through the discipline and the grind and you work at it every day, maybe it's time for you to put that content out. Maybe it's time for you to get rid of that fear, punch it in the face and move forward and hit record. Maybe it's that time for you to realize that, it's time for me to level up in my industry. Maybe it's time for you to be a better spouse to your spouse. Maybe it's time to be a better father. It always is. Maybe it's, hell, even this, be better to your pets for whatever it is. Try to contribute to the world around you and don't be so self-indulged. But realize this, you've gone through a lot. You've come a long way. And where you're at today, you have to look back at your life and realize, you know what? I have made some decisions that have gotten me here. What's good? What's bad? What's indifferent? What matters? What doesn't? Because at the end of the day, you are awesome. I do believe in you, and I know for certainty, if you can learn from the lessons of your life, you will get out of your comfort zone, and you will live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at No Comfort Zone 1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.